You talk about Lisbon, I'll talk about Barcelona.
Okay, fine. I'm more of a Cheeto girl, but that's fine. So, guys, Lisbon is also full of hidden treasures tucked away. It's a great tourist place, as in great to visit, but you don't have to go to the touristy places. So you've got like Jardim do Torel. Don't make fun of my Spanish accent. I'm not, or my Portuguese accent. Portuguese. It's a peaceful garden. It's perched above the city. It's got amazing views too. There are places in Portugal that have amazing views. You can see the Avenida da Liberdade and San Jose. So it has fewer tourists. It has a lot of locals that go there. It's a great relaxing spot if you want to kind of feel like a local, taking a drink, grabbing it all in. And then you have LX Factory, which is really cool. It's an artsy industrial chic complex in Alcantara. Think like street art, indie bookstores, quickie boutiques, again, rooftop bars.
Sounds like food. That spot in Miami. What am I thinking of?
It gives
with
Miami.
The W. Wynwood.
Yeah, it will give Wynwood vibes. Totally. You guys look up the pictures. It's really neat. And again, it does feel like Lisbon's version of Wynwood, Berlin, Brooklyn, those kind of cities. Then you've got, if you're into wine, you got the wine cellar in the Roman galleries, which is only open a few times a year. So look that up. This underground Roman structure near Baixa, Baixa, becomes a wine tasting venue. And it's not super well known. So if you know how we're all about the hidden gems.
Yeah,
but it's really cool. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You'll
I love that.
Up, guys. And then you've got number 4, if you're looking for a coastal, or Caxias plus Ponto Final, which is basically if you take a ferry across the river, Caxias. That's the river, guys. It's super cheap.
I am leaving you hanging on this.
I cannot.
Usually I'm like, oh, I'll try it too, but the pronunciations are just escaping me.
The river Caxias, which sounds really bizarre, but anyway, it's super cheap to take the ferry across, and you can walk along like the old industrial waterfront, Ponte Final. I just love like coastal waterfront, like walkways, cities.
Oh yeah,
old port towns, and then it's got a really cool restaurant which is called Ponto Final. That's the name of the restaurant. It's perched right on the edge. So again, Natalie, you get these great views of the water. You can eat outside. You got the breeze. You're right on the edge of the Tagus, and then you can have a sunset dinner. Oh, so romantic.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I know. Then you got Beco do Espírito Santo. And so this is like a tiny alley in Alfama that's full of like soul, hidden murals. And it's got incredible photography, locations, opportunities, all that. If you're like a travel brat or a content creator, it's like stepping into an old movie scene.
Yeah.
And then you got Casa Independente. It looks like a rundown old building from the outside, but it's actually this really cool magical boho cultural hub. And it's got it's clubby. It's got like DJs, concerts, cocktails, and like cozy garden parties. So again, it's very like hidden gem and like, I don't know, that's like such a sexy vibe.
Yeah,
I love it.
Very much.
The last few recommendations we have is Livraria Simo, possibly the tiniest bookstore in the world, because we talked about books a bit ago. It's just a couple of square meters, but it's like tucked near São Domingos Church, and they only let like 1 or 2 people in at a time.
Cute.
But yeah, it's cute. It's packed with like charms and stories and cute things like that. You have a Copenhagen coffee lab, which is kind of cool. While it's not hidden exactly like a lot of the other things we've talked about, the Campo de Orique location is low-key, and it's a great remote like work study spot. Maybe you're working remote there, or maybe you just need some like downtime. It's really cool, like stylish and quiet. And it has, because I'm a foodie, but I'm also like, when you talk about like fats versus sweets, or like sugar versus salt more.
Yeah.
I am such a sweet girl.
Sweets
and
girl.
It has the best cinnamon buns. Ooh. Like 4 miles and miles. So you guys,
that's random to me. I wouldn't have thought of like cinnamon buns as being a Portuguese treat that would be so highlighted, but like, I love that.
Sounds so good. It's such a hidden gem.
Well, if you're not convinced to go to Lisbon by now, because I mean, obviously those are the hidden gems.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't even mention like the big epic things to do in Lisbon. I mean, I'm like slowly but surely adding this to my bucket list. But if you chose to do the rooftops, here's a quick rooftop guide. These are a couple of the hot spots in Barcelona. One place is called La Dolce Vite, and it's at the Majestic Hotel. And I feel like a lot of these rooftop bars are often at hotels.
Totally.
You know, it's like the 10th floor of a hotel or the 11th floor. You know, you're like way up there. And another one of those is the 360. It's called the 360. It's at Barcelona Raval. And then another place, Tarat, at the Mandarin Oriental. And this one is called the Panoramic Terrace at Hotel Colon. I mean, literally all of these are at
Rooftop
hotels.
bars,
So they're all
at
rooftop hotels.
Really nice hotels. And
really nice.
That's just like pause. That's a great city to have a rooftop bar experience.
Yeah.
Because you don't have like the skyscrapers.
Yes. It really is the old city. It's really the old city. Like you're seeing all these like special, amazing buildings. I think when we talked about Barcelona in our Spain episode with Hannah, she actually, I think, did talk about going to a rooftop bar or having some kind of experience like this. So I'm like, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
And so after the Panoramic Terrace is the Roof. Well, that's a good name.
Yeah.
The Roof at the Barcelona edition. And then the last one they suggest is called the Urban Trafalgar. That's a word. Trafalgar? Is that how you say that? Urban Trafalgar. And it's called the Urban Trafalgar Rooftop. And I think this is probably one of the only ones on the list that isn't necessarily at a hotel.
This one is really special because you can see La Sagrada Familia from the rooftop there. So if you're wondering how all these people get those cool pictures, this is the spot.
Probably from these rooftop bars.
Yeah.